just like ideal conditions, like back downhill, cool outside. Um, so that was really nice, and I kind of like vibed to music. And then terrain after that was we were going uphill, and then we took a little blue blaze that was like on a road. So we were just basically walking on a dirt road for a few miles, and then in like a
Can I,
little yeah, go for it.
all right, so what's up, everybody? So now we're going. I'm so sorry. I knew this would be a bit of an issue when we started doing this, not just the technology aspect, but the, man, today we were kind of wiped. Like we just got destroyed by the sun. We had a great day though. I think basically as we finish up our meal here, which is quite good. Do you like it?
Hmm.
It is rice, beans, vegetables of a mixed variety,
Dried pork.
taco seasoning, and did we put some salt in there?
Hmm.
So that's quite good. We got destroyed by the heat today. It was like it reached like lower 90s, which was kind of rough. So I think first what we'll do is we're finishing up our meal, kind of go through just the full story of the day in long form, and then we'll go through our outline. So basically we actually woke up pretty early today. What time did we wake up? 6:30. Uh,
Blake pulled the plug on the sleeping pad at like 6.
Wait, is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
6?
Yeah,
Or is it 5:30? Oh yeah, it was
it was
6.
6.
So 6 a.m. the alarm went off. I just immediately pulled it because I knew it was going to be hot. It was a little bit cold where we were. Give your review of what it was like when you woke up.
I was cold, but it was because we were in the one shadow within like miles. I think, like on either side of us there was sun, but not where we were sleeping. So I was cold, but
What
and
did you think right when you started hiking? Did
it
you,
felt warm. Like the air
yeah,
already. It was like maybe 7:15. It already felt like warm, and I was like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna be hot
I
today.
agree. I thought
Yeah,
the same thing. I was like, oh no,
yeah.
it's gonna be hot, so hot today.
In the shade, it was still like chilly-ish, but the air
Yeah.
itself was warm.
But we think we might have figured something else out though. We maybe are doing like our bless you. We maybe are doing like our order of operations a little bit
Yeah.
wrong. Because basically today we got everything ready, everything ready, and then Pip over here was like, I want to drink coffee, and that's fine. But really, it just kind of kept us in camp for like a lot longer. I'm not being mean or anything. Like it's fine, have your coffee. But we were thinking what we should do is try to make coffee like right off the bat.
Hmm.
So like wake up, make coffee, so that we can sip coffee as we're doing everything else. Because it did take us about an hour and 15 minutes to leave camp, which is kind of a long
Hmm.
time, really.
It
Do
is a
you
long
agree
time.
with that?
I agree. Yeah, it's a long time. So I think we need to like make coffee as we're packing up and
Hmm.
drink the coffee. Because I do like, unfortunately, I'm slightly addicted to caffeine. So if I don't drink coffee, I will get a headache, like most people who drink coffee.
What do you think about like waking up? Like you weren't very happy about the wake up call. What do you think about that? Like,
I knew that I wasn't going to be happy about the wake up call. I think I need to work on, like, I need an attitude adjustment about waking up or something. Like, I just need to, like, be in my brain, be like, all of the things you're thinking, like, shut up and just do it. Because, like, in my brain, I'm like, nah! Like, it's like on fire. I don't want to wake up.
oh really? Like you're just thinking like no, 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 no.
Yeah, because I'm like, it took me over 3 minutes to open my eyes. Like, I'm so, like, drowsy
Mm,
and tired.
yeah. But again, it's kind of tricky because we're both like not the super fastest hikers. I'm gonna go ahead and say. And we're also both like kind of easily distracted. Like a through hike is full of distractions. I'll say like
Mm-hmm.
they're good. Like sometimes a lot of them do cost money, but and today we had two big distractions really. So we'll get to that. But anyway, so we got a little bit delayed leaving camp, but not like bad. I wasn't thinking like, oh my God, we should be rushing more or anything like that. I
Mm-hmm.
left maybe like, I don't know how much before you did I
Like
leave.
5 minutes. It was not very long before
Lovely
I
hike in
left.
the morning though.
Mm-hmm.
We had about a 5 mile, maybe a 5.5 mile hike. Didn't realize how far the first water was off the trail really till we got to the sign that said 7/10 of a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but very pretty, like in the shade. the shady side was like quite nice and cool,
Mhm.
and then you kind of got that vibe of like, oh, it's gonna be a hot day
Yeah.
in
For
the
sure.
hotter places.
Mhm.
So there's that, and then so then we get to the road. Basically, again, there's this is a big waterless or like minimal water in this whole section. Like there's a big like 50-mile section, let's say, that has really like minimal water
Mhm.
and really like zero natural sources. There was one weird breaking apart concrete like thing that had like a liter of this like really green brown water sitting outside of it, and we're like, we're good.
Yeah.
Um,
But Mike number 2 was dope. He was so nice.
so
Super cool guy.
we got to this road, and we had heard like there's a comment in the guidebook that pretty much says that if you need water, you can just go get it. It actually has a sign that says like hot dogs and barbecue and what else, and soda,
Mhm.
coffee. So we were pretty excited. Um, and we started walking to his house. It was pretty much all uphill to his house, but that's fine. And we got to his house, and
Yeah, we got there and he like brought us a cold drink immediately, and
yeah, they were so
there was
nice.
lots of
They,
shade to sit in. Thank you.
excuse me, upon arrival, they're immediately like, "What would you like to drink?" And we're like, and he listed like a bunch of different sodas and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Um, so nice, and they like brought it to us. They had water. They had this big like shade structure set up, so we just kind of chilled in the shade. They had a trampoline. We jumped on the trampoline for a couple minutes. There's no video evidence of it, but we did indeed jump together on the trampoline, and that was fun.
Longest 0.7 miles. That's true. It was a long 0.7.
Yeah,
That uphill in the sun.
yeah, uphill in the sun. But we were like, well, there's water.
Mhm.
So then, and then there was a bunch of hikers there. One dude pretty nice and quite chatty. He was for sure like leading the conversation for the most part. First, I kind of thought like he kept talking about his like flip phone, and I'm like, man, another person bragging about their flip phone. Really, what that means is they probably just spend more time on their laptop at home than they do on their phone. Not trying to be mean, but I feel like that's the like, what
Yeah.
is there really that much of a difference if you look at your smartphone or if you look at your laptop? Like, I would argue kind of no. I mean, I guess it is kind of refreshing if you're out and about, so you don't just like focus on your phone. But yeah, I'm sure you can still text with your flip phone too. But anyway, not trying to be mean about that, but that's kind of always what
The
I
flip
think.
phone argument is always interesting to me because I'm like, well, sure, I get it, but also then you have to carry around like 17 other things. Like I guess you don't have to if you're not interested in like photos and maps and
Yeah,
stuff.
but he was kind of like, oh, but I carry my phone. But it was all a moot point though, because he didn't really like he had a smartphone on the trail
Right.
too. But anyway, I don't know. It was something to talk about. We're talking about it now. But at first I was kind of like, oh man, like let's not talk about this. But then he actually turned out to be pretty cool,
Mhm.
and he talked about like he's from Idaho, and he's trying to design this new trail, which is pretty cool. Um, anyway, he's been like scouting it out. So that's fun. I mean,
Mhm.
design a new trail.
No, he was really nice and like
Yeah,
very smart, very funny.
showed us a bunch of pictures. Ooh, a big thing happened today, which I think is real, even though we haven't seen him again. Is we passed people. At here. So that dude who was talking about making his own route, and there was another woman there. The woman was like super cool. She was from Italy, and she was kind of going really slow. And do you see other hikers?
No, I thought I heard someone, but it's probably just a bird or something.
Gotcha. So she was going really slow, and she seemed a little not beat down. She said she was like pretty positive, but like she said every single person has been passing her, and she feels weird about that. But I tried to give her like a boost of confidence, just being like, hey, like I've been lucky enough to do a lot of hikes. And the reality is out here, people do get a little competitive or have like an idea of like what a through hike is supposed to be, and like how many miles you're supposed to do and what your pack is supposed to be like. But I was like, listen, like all sorts of people can make it. You can make it in like Walmart gear. It's really more like in your
It's just a
head.
mental thing for the
And
most part.
everybody now, it's like still way up in the air because you could still get injured. Like she has just as good a chance as anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't think I said that directly, but I just tried to encourage her because she seemed not again not down, but like she was like a little
She was
like
expressing her like maybe her doubts or something, or like just how she was feeling.
Yeah, and I could totally understand. So I tried to give her some reassurance of like, listen, like nobody knows, like my pack is huge, nobody, but I have like, I kind of, I confessed to her that I have more experience than I kind of let on to the other people. Because of course, as we leave, some girl, like she didn't say anything. Her literal first words were, "What's in there?" or something, and I'm just like,
And then Blake said, "Oh, just 3 or 4 people," and I was like,
I know.
like
And then
I
I
get
said,
it,
but they're
but
alive.
that's like the wrong. Let's not say
So I'm gonna
that.
change my answer though. When people ask that, I'm gonna say love and kindness, and then maybe I should say a lack of judgment. But no, is that too mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I think
All right,
love
so
and
we'll just
kindness is
go.
okay.
I'm just gonna say love and kindness.
I think people are just like curious.
It's what's in my pack though. That's a little strong for a first words to say to somebody.
We've met her before though.
We have?
Yeah, like multiple times.
Who is that?
I don't know her name. She hasn't told us her name, but we've seen her a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd we see her before?
We saw her. She's in that big group of people
Oh, really?
with like Jack and all them.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. That's funny. I had no idea. I thought she was.
Yeah, she's the one that I haven't heard her say her name, or we haven't asked her name. Or
Oh,
she hasn't
okay.
asked our names either. But
I'm surprised because I thought they were. I figured they were all ahead. I figured they'd be either here or ahead, really. But anyway, whatever. So anyway, I tried to give her like a pep talk of like it doesn't matter, like everybody out here, like a lot of people do. It is weird. A lot of people, yeah, don't say bodies. Yeah, I know, my bad. I was just kidding, but it was the first thing I thought of, and it was terribly terribly executed. But that's all right. We learned from the experience, and it was still a joke. I don't think that she honestly thinks that I'm a serial killer or anything like that, so that's good, because I'm not. So
can I open the peach rings? How do you feel about that?
yeah,
Okay. Is that all right?
yeah, she's gonna start carrying candy next resupply.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, these are the good ones.
I know. Well, maybe let's try them out and see. Those are good.
They're like slightly sour and fluffy. That's what makes them good.
Well, I've been done with our dinner.
I'm done with our dinner.
So anyway, but the people there were like amazing. It was their first season, and they were just so nice. They're like, "Oh man, we really want to hook up the hikers." They were like apologizing that they didn't have enough stuff set up, but we were like, "Listen, we don't need anything." Like
literally shade and water, I guess, does the trick. They were so nice.
they were so nice. Gave us a soda, and they were just like the nicest people. And we're like, "Oh yeah, we want to hook people up. We never want to charge people." Like,
super nice.
but this tends to be a thing on the trail, which is like kind of nice, really, though. It's like some people start to get burnt out, and it's just that hikers can be challenging sometimes. Like, even if you're the nicest ever, like you kind of have nothing, so it makes it hard to like constantly serve them, I guess, because it's like maybe they come in hot and sweaty and they really want like a specific thing, or anyway, these people were super positive and awesome, but the people like that tend to like ebb and flow in the trail community, really, I guess. Like,
I could totally see like how it would get very tiring after even just like a few months of doing that.
So
I would get annoyed with people.
You would?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think I would too. But they were like so nice. And I was asking him if he broke even, and he was like, "Well, not really." But he's like, "Some people do donate very generously, so that's good. That's really good." So they were super cool. We hung out there for like, I don't even know, an hour and a half, longer.
Less than that.
Really?
It was like maybe an hour.
Really?
We weren't there that long.
I know they didn't have hot dogs and stuff there, which is fine though. We weren't gonna
It was like the morning time. They were talking about food. They were gonna do food later or something, but they were working on projects and stuff.
It was a hot day. They're anticipating more hikers coming in there, so that's cool. I'm just spitting up peach rings here, talking on the internet. So we hung out there, and he told us about a shortcut. So I guess we should go into ethics a little bit and discuss ethics. So,
Yeah.
so hiking ethics are very interesting. Are they really interesting? Kind of boring, really, but people take them very seriously, I guess, is more so than they're interesting. Um, I personally would say I have found, I don't know if you found this on the Appalachian Trail, that like the average hiker, I would say ends up straight up skipping like 400 to 500 miles, like via car.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's true?
The average hiker?
Mm-hmm. Like 50% of hikers.
Yeah.
And they say they do the whole thing. So then other people get upset because they're like, I'm a purist. I want to hike every inch of the trail. Then other people want to have a continuous footpath, right? So, and I'm mostly in that camp. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'll be totally honest about what's happened so far. Like, we did get warning about a fire. The official word from the Pacific Crest Trail Association was avoid the area. So we both woke up and we're like, it says avoid the area. We're not trying to like skip stuff, but like it said avoid the area. So
So I think we ended up skipping like 5 miles or something.
yeah, so we ended up walking to the road because we're like, it says avoid the area. And we were going to walk back the weird road that we took and had to climb underneath barbed wire.
Fence.
So anyway, but for the most part, personally, I try to do it. I like the concept of a continuous footpath because, I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool. But there's several places on the PCT in our near future, in our future, maybe in our near future, where staying on the official PCT is almost like insane, like in a way. Like, so there's one, like in Crater Lake National Park, for example, the official PCT, because it's supposed to like accommodate people on like equestrians, like I think they can't go up to the rim. So like the official PCT, you'd have to do like you don't go to the rim of Crater Lake, so you don't see Crater Lake like at all. I mean, maybe from a real high point, like 40 miles away or something like that. So pretty much everybody is going to be walking the rim around Crater Lake. Like I'm 100% going to walk the rim around Crater Lake. I have zero. Like, why would I be in the woods like when I can walk by the rim? Before that, even in the Sierra, realistically, a lot of the trail is going to be covered in snow, so we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to stay on the trail there. There's also another place in Oregon that everybody takes called Tunnel Falls, I think, or Eagle Creek Falls. I didn't do it because it was closed due to fire. So I did the official PCT through there.
Okay.
Because it was the only option. But anyway, all that to say is I am comfortable with alternate routes. Now, we did have a chance. Hiker John probably would have taken us to Warner Springs, but we both were like, heck no. Well, there's no way we'd skip that section because we wanted a continuous footpath. And there was this really cool thing called Eagle Rock in the middle. Like, you know, there was no fire telling us to like go, you know, that we were having mixed messages about that. We were like, it says avoid the area. I really still don't know whether it means just avoid the area that was actually on fire or like, but it wasn't really worded that way.
No, it was unclear.
I know. And everybody else.
They need like an editor or something, like work on it.
Yeah, because everybody else was like, "Oh, it's no big deal," but it's like, dude, forest fires can spread in the desert like insanely fast when it's like super dry. Like even just looking around here, it's like, oh my god, if we lit a fire here, like it would like instantaneously burn. Right? Like it's so dry. There's just like dry grass upon dry grass upon dry grass, right? So anyway, that being said, he told us that we could. There was a shortcut back to the trail. So we walked a bunch off of the trail already. And I don't know, and there was really nothing we were missing on the trail at all. And it was really quite hot. So,
Okay. I don't know what that was, but I think we're back now.
What, did it knock us off? I don't think so. I think it was just a message to us. Anyway, so they basically were like, yo, there's a shortcut if you guys want to do it. And
Oh, I thought you said ant, and I was like, where?
and the shortcut like led us to another place where we could get water. And it was like this other like hostel.
Mm-hmm. It was another hostel.
You want to talk about the road walk?
Sure. It was uphill, and yeah, they were probably being super cautious because of the potential for a quick spread and to keep people out of harm's way. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. And I think it was one of those things where everybody who went was like, oh, it's no big deal. It was fine. But like, they didn't know that beforehand. Like, it just worked out. It's one of those things of like, it worked
Yeah.
out in their benefit versus like,
Actually having any kind of like
yeah, like
intelligence
it could have
or
also gone,
information.
yeah, like and
Mhm.
like been burned, and they would have had to like run or had to deal with some sort of weirdness that would have been really hot and stuff with the fire. So anyway, so it's one of the choices where and so we were like, we made the other decision to go off the trail that day. But uh-oh. So anyway, we took this road walk. Yeah, exactly. No way to know if they'll be fine after the fact. And it's one of those things like people who do the right thing without knowing. It's kind of like gamblers. Like, I've never met a gambler that brags about their losses. Like, they only people who gamble a lot or tend to like, number one, they tend to hide it, and number two, they really tend to only talk about their wins. Like
Well, yeah.
a gambler doesn't really talk about their losses.
Sure.
Just a human nature thing, I suppose. I mean, I suppose that's an obvious statement, but
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we did the road walk. It was pretty uphill. I think the trail, obviously the trail was moving uphill as well, but it was like a little bit of a steeper grade, I think, than what the trail would have been. Like, obviously no switchbacks on the road. And then it was like super sunny, very very warm at this point. It was a little bit hard. Like, I was getting tired on the road walk, and then we made it into like a little community. Um,
yeah, and the community seemed cool. Like, I
it
don't
was
know.
just like people, like resident, like very
Yeah,
residential.
it's kind of fun to take a little because it ended up like not really being a shortcut.
Yeah,
And
we did the
usually
same amount of miles in the end. Yeah.
usually shortcuts though, it's like, you don't want to just like, oh, it's a shortcut, like probably not, like we'll take them if like it wasn't really like, oh, there's a fire. It's more like get out of the fire's way. You're not like, oh, this is gonna be better. But this one was because the two guys there really recommended it and stuff, and we're like, oh, it's cool. So we thought it was fine, but I don't know. He described this like path that we'd find, and I don't know. We found a path, but I don't think it was the path.
It was not the path. I don't know if that path exists. I'm sure it does somewhere. We
Yeah.
did not find the path. However, I think we didn't have beef over it, but we definitely had differing opinions. So,
All right, go on, because I have a story. We have both sides of the story
yes,
here.
my side of the
internet
story
go ahead.
is that we made it like. No, thank you. You can have it. All you.
Oh wow, very nice.
We had
The last peach ring.
yeah, the last dandelion. You know that reference? Ice Age. Anyway, so we made it like probably, I don't know, 7/8 of the way to this where we were going, which was a hostel that had water, that we were gonna get water at on the road walk. And on the map there was like a direct route that took us there, but it wasn't the path that Blake had heard about. So we like keep walking towards where we think the path is, and we take a path up, and we get on a road, and the road is on the map, and we realized the path, like, there's like private property. We can't really keep going where we thought the path was going to go. So
Wait, how do we know? What do you mean private? Are you saying the first time?
Yeah, like, do you remember?
Okay, yeah, we came to one road and we thought the path would continue to keep going diagonally,
But it didn't.
So we're like, uh-oh.
But then on the map there was like you could take this road, you could go up on another road, and then you could go here, and the hostel was over there. So I was like, okay, let's just do that. That makes sense. We have the map. We did that almost, except for where we were gonna cut up here. Blake found a way through the brush, like it was like a bushwhack.
To be fair, off of it, I was like, should we go up here? And you said yes.
I didn't.
No, the first part you did.
Oh yeah, the first part, like Of the path? Yeah.
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 No, like where we turned off of the road the second time, like the last road. I was like, should we go up here? And you said yes, because it looked like it was like the road on the map, like that 4x4 road on the map.
I don't know if I'm thinking of what you're talking about.
But anyway.
So we ended up having to like bushwhack a fair amount through this like desert section, and it was just frustrating in my head because I was like, the map had a very clear path of where we could have gone. Like, I feel like if we have the map and the map is telling you where to go, we should just follow what the map is saying.
And in hindsight, I agree.
Yeah.
I guess I just feel like you didn't communicate that, because I could have easily been overridden of like, hey, why don't we just walk 5 more minutes?
Yeah.
To be honest, like you didn't communicate.
Fair.
You didn't communicate that.
I didn't, but also at the same, I didn't communicate it. That's fair. But at the same time, like you were ahead and you just like kept walking, and then you like went up the path. I didn't say anything.
But please, in the future though, be like, hey,
okay,
let's stick to the road, and I would have done it.
I will try and do better.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just like so confidently walked up the path. I was like, oh, I guess this is it. I don't know. But then also I was like, why aren't we just going the road that's on the map?
So I would say, please communicate that.
No, I agree. I should have spoken up.
So, I mean, it's just like expectations without communication, right? Because it sounds like you expected, oh, we should 100% go back to the road, but you didn't communicate that. So we kept going.
You're right. Anyway, it was kind of like, for me, it was an annoying bushwhack. And the whole time I was like, this is the fun way. This is the adventurous fun. I love this. But as I was getting like scraped up by
Is that really
trying to like change my mindset, but the whole time I was just like, we're just wasting time. Like, this is not like, why didn't we just take the map on the road? Like, I don't know.
That's funny. Yeah, well, that's good that you're sharing that though. But I don't know. So let's just communicate and make more decisions more effectively for stuff like that.
I agree.
I mean, I'll try to ask you more because I don't really know, dude. I was just like, whatever, try it. If it works, that's great. And well, because it looked like there was a path for the first couple hundred yards, and I was like, maybe there's still a path right here. And then it ended up not being that bad, and it ended up we didn't actually trespass. I don't think.
No, we ended up on the road we were trying to go to. It was just like, I was also like, what if there's like a barbed wire fence at the end of this and we have to turn around and go back? And
yeah, I was worried about that too. But
yeah.
And that would have been annoying, but then you accept that, and that's what you do. That's the adventure of the.
And then it was fine, and then we ended up at the hostel.
Are you gonna hold this against me?
No. I was like quite annoyed in the moment, but after, like, as soon as we got there and there was like an ice cream sandwich, I was like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would encourage you though to like please just communicate more. Like I'm not like dead set we have to like do the bushwhack. It looked pretty close on the map too. I was like,
yeah, that's fair. It did.
I don't know. Elizabeth, the least favorite question that I would ask if someone you know well is, where are you going?
She's talking about my father. And I also thought about this. I was like, this is such a dad move.
What do you mean?
It was giving, I said this already to Blake, but I was like, it's kind of like on Google Maps, where like Google Maps gives you an alternate route that saves like 2 minutes, but it's actually like the least efficient way to get there. You know?
Like you're avoiding like an intersection that the light is long on, but it's like it brings you to the worst left ever because you're not in the intersection.
You ended up spending more time on the like route, like time saving route. It was like that, and I was like, this is something my dad would do. Like, this is giving Richard Sills.
Well, but I don't know. But I would just say, man, communicate more though. I feel like you didn't. Like, I can be easily persuaded. I don't think I'm like, no, must go that way.
No,
I
know. That is something I struggle with, like, generally in life, is just being like, excuse me, like, this isn't right.
But
like,
please though. I mean, I'm just like bushwhacking through the desert. I don't know, dude. We can turn around. I would have been happy turning around, and I wouldn't have been upset at you or anything.
I know, yeah. Logically in my brain I know that, but then like my social anxiety is like, but you can't say anything.
With me?
You're probably wrong. No, not with you, really.
Yeah, call me out, dude.
Okay, I'll call you out more.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, anyway. So we eventually got there, though. It was kind of a funny bushwhack. We learned what it's like to bushwhack around the terrain here, which is not the most ideal. Freaking thick are whew, they're not.
They're thick.
Yeah, they're
They don't
thick
want to let you through.
and they're scratchy. Pretty much all. I feel like almost all plants in the desert are kind of out to get you. Like even this, like there's like this pretty tree behind us, but its leaves are like super sharp. Even the grass is like a little bit sharp. I mean, obviously there's cacti.
Yeah, there's this one particular plant that has like very pokey, sharp leaves.
Blake has always been very flexible and easy-going. Yeah, there we go.
No,
There
I
we
know,
go.
I know that. Yeah, that was a lot as much my fault as it was your fault.
Oh.
Speaking up. What was that?
Oh, my foot arch is cramping, and it hurts so bad.
Silence is communication.
This is the real.
Are you
Keep
good?
yapping.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, so we did end up making it to the hostel, and it was completely fine. But it was a little bit confusing because it was just like it's someone's home that they like converted part of their property into a hostel. So it very much felt like we were kind of like trespassing.
Well, it was kind of funny, yeah, because we were like, I mean, it ended up being fine. But yeah, so it's like, okay, so we're like stressfully doing this weird bushwhack. Sorry, from my from my arch cramp, which hurt fairly badly if you're wondering there at home. Which God, I've drank a ton of water today. I guess I do need to drink more. See, my shirt's all salty and stuff. But I guess I don't know. To end that though, I just think we should try to let's just communicate better when we do like bushwhacks and stuff.
Okay.
Or when we go, because we're for sure gonna face that again in like the Sierra of like which way do we go in the snow, you know, like, and so we should just discuss. Yeah. I wasn't dead set on that. I was actually kind of worried for sure that we were gonna hit up like a fence, yeah, someone's backyard, or somebody with a gun is gonna come out and be like, "What are you doing on my property?" And we're like, yeah, it's a little bit weird. America kind of is. You know what I liked, man? I went to Nepal, right? And I remember we were going, and the guy, I went to the jungle, and I had a guide. I went to the jungle, and I had a guide in Nepal. And I remember at one point we just like, I think we drove or maybe like, and then he's just like, let's stop and eat or something like that, or get a drink. And I was like, okay. And he just literally like pulls over, and like we're just like walking in these people's like front yard. Like there's a bunch of people around, and we're just like in their yard. Like there's like kids playing, and I was like, this is so weird. Like nobody would ever do that. Like, can you imagine? Like that's when people call the police. Like here, like if somebody, just two strangers get out and like start standing in someone's suburban yard, like while their kids are playing and stuff. There were adults too. It wasn't just like kids out there, but it was so funny. And they were just like, what do you mean? Like anybody just goes everywhere, and you just have like, I think they have some drinks in here. Like, let's just ask them if they have a drink. So yeah. Yeah, very different culture. It's interesting. We're a little bit more individualistic here. Yeah. Let's see. Compromising is an essential part of a relationship. This is very true. Yeah. No, you're right. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, dude, I don't like, because I would have turned around. Just like, if you said, yo, don't go, and you can definitely say that. I'm not going to be like, oh my God. I hope I'm not like that anyway. No, I don't think you would have, like, argued with me about it. I don't know. I think, like, my instinct is always like, oh, the other person definitely knows more than I do, so I should just be quiet. It's kind of like, but then also, like, I know that that's not true. But I mean, I've never been there before. I know. Yeah. I mean, like, all of the logic in my brain is like, I should have just spoken up, but I didn't. No, but that's okay. I mean, I don't know. I think it's good though having this discussion to learn. But anyway, so after that kind of stressful moment, it was stressful for both of us because it's like, God, is this going to go? And we got to a point where it's like, we want to keep going. Thankfully, it wasn't like miles or anything. Like, it wasn't that long, really. It was more just like challenging terrain, like a little bit. But anyway, so we get to the road, but it still didn't end. Got to the hostel, and like she was just saying, it was like kind of weird. Like it's not really like a hostel. There was no other hikers there. We didn't know if there's any other people there for a while. And it has like, we looked at it, it has these very interesting instructions. It's like, go to the hiker box, which has reflective tape on it so you can see it at night, and then from there you'll figure out everything else. So it's like a treasure hunt. Yeah, it's like a puzzle. So we go and we open the hiker box, and the hiker box normally is like a leave something, take something. Like usually anything in there is up for grabs. If you want to take something, or if you have something you want to get rid of that's not complete trash, like somebody else might find it useful, you throw it in there because maybe they need a left croc because they lost their right one or something like that, or they lost their left croc. So So then we're like looking at the map, and the map like wasn't very good. It was like super faded,
It was like a
and
screenshot of Google Earth with like arrows, and I was like, it's unclear because we've
I
never
know,
been here.
and we're
I don't
like,
know which
we're
building
hot,
is which.
we're hot. Yeah, so we just like
Yeah.
walk around the house kind of, and then eventually though we found like this beautiful like side patio.
Yeah, their property was beautiful, like really lovely.
It was really cool. They had like it all set up too. They had
Once
like a
we figured it out, it was actually quite easy, but like it was like a like figure it out yourself kind of situation.
for
Which is always
sure.
stressful when you're like poking around someone's private
Well,
side.
and it's like the classic, like, this is a classic from like customer service world, which is like, even if you've said something like 12,000 times to the person in front of you, like, and you get kind of frustrated that they don't get it, it's like a lot of times they have never ever heard this before. You know what I mean? So, like, I think for them, it's for maybe they're in a position where they don't understand, like, it's your first time there.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, once you have the lay of the land, it's fine and you learn where to go. But anyway, it's kind of funny. So we pretty much like bumbled around. It was funny at one point we took different paths to get around the house or whatever. You were like scared to go near the house.
I don't think we're like surrounding them or something.
No, but
Opposite sides.
interesting place though. So love following along your journey. I'm only catching bits and pieces, but y'all rock. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
That's very nice of you to say. Thanks for joining in for a minute here. We're just going through the full story of the day. So anyway, eventually we figured out, very cool house. They had like hens for eggs. They had like
they had like a full incubation system.
Oh yeah, they had like chicks in there, which was
Yeah.
cool. It was kind of blocked off. I could just see the top of one chick. I tried to lift Elizabeth up so she could see it. It was kind of blocked off, and we were trying to definitely respect it. And we realized like 15 minutes later there was a Ring camera on us the whole time.
Somewhere out there, there's a Ring video of Blake like lifting me like a baby.
Oh, like a baby, like cheerleader or something.
Sure, like a cheerleader up to try and see baby chicks in a like basin that's like 3 feet away, but it's roped off.
And it has a really high leg thing. I just saw the tips. I was like trying to like throw her up, like check out the little baby.
I know, I didn't
check
see
out
them.
the little baby chicks.
I could hear them. I couldn't see them though.
But so that was cool. So anyway, we just had a couple sodas. They had some hot dogs there.
They had like a hot dog grill,
They had a really fancy one, like they have
like a Costco hot dog grill.
No, I wouldn't classify it as Costco. I think boils their hot dogs, but oh, disgusting. I know. I mean, everybody. I don't know why everybody thinks boiled hot dogs are gross. They're amazing.
I mean, like, just the image of like hot dogs floating in water is kind of gross.
They're so good. Boiled hot dogs is the easiest way to make hot dogs. But anyway, it was like kind of at a convenience store. You ever see them on that kind of spittle, like spitting thing? I'm always terrified of them at convenience stores. So I'm like, has this been there? Is that a word? Spindle?
Spit?
So we have our military helicopter of the day.
Daily helicopter sighting.
Yeah. Sometimes I think maybe it's because of the Starlink.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. There's like, it'd be hilarious if I don't know. Actually, that's not really like a military one. I don't know what that is, but whatever. If they were following us, I do have this weird theory though that like there's a bunch of military bases and stuff around like in the larger vicinity of here, like near San Diego and stuff. But if I were in their position, I would totally use hikers as like targets and stuff. Next year, it's not going to be pancake. It's going to be weekly hot dogs. Yeah, that's true.
You should totally start cooking hot dogs.
I would love to make hot dogs. I was thinking grilled cheese too. The only thing that's tough is like everybody takes lunch at a different time, kind of. But I think in the afternoon, we could just have them and just have them throughout the day. Yeah. Make some hot dogs is a wonderful idea, Caroline, because they're cheap and they're like pretty much everybody likes a hot dog. And for those who don't, we'll have vegan hot dogs.
For context, Blake makes pancakes for everyone at work. Like, I think you did it every day at the end of the season.
I know, for the last like 3 weeks, I think we had pancakes every day. I forgot like once or twice, but nobody even really wanted them. After a while, it's kind of funny. But that's fine. So anyway, so we had a couple sodas, we had a couple hot dogs. We just like hung out. We charged some of our electronics.
They had a coffee machine, so I made coffee. I was very excited about that.
And then we kept hiking, and we left at the middle of the day, and it was so hot.
It was so hot.
Oh my God, like 90 degrees. Like it was like so sunny too, and it was uphill most of the, not the whole way, but like a lot of it. So
It was, yeah.
it was a little bit
There were a
rough.
couple like kind of steepish parts too. Like,
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That was probably some of the steepest
we've had so
Pacific Crest Trail
far.
that we had for for
Yeah.
sure. So quite steep going up, and then it was just hot, man, and we're both like, oh my gosh. She got a bit ahead. I thought she was quite like farther ahead than she actually was, though. Like it turns out when you finally got in
Towards the end, I started like stopping a little bit. Like anytime there was shade, I would stop for like a couple seconds and just
we
like,
become
sip water and
Has
stuff.
anybody walked a dog when it's really hot out and they like run to the they run over to the shade, like pull you to the shade and then they like slow down tremendously or like lay down? I mean, when they start laying down, I think they're probably like definitely in heat exhaustion. You should probably just stop for them. But anyway, that's kind of like what we were like. Would you consider yourself a dog being walked in the sun, running
I
towards the
compare
shade?
myself to a dog a lot on the trail, honestly.
Yeah, we smell like one.
Yeah.
Oh, they also had a very nice dog at
Oh
the
yeah,
second
the lady.
distraction
She was
place.
an Australian cattle dog. She was very cute.
She was very cute. So, so yes. Anyway, so we left there. We had to figure out how to get back to the trail, but that was pretty easy. It was actually really easy, and the trail was actually kind of pretty. Through it was like really through really pretty cacti and stuff like that. We got back home, and home now is the Pacific Crest Trail, so it felt good to be home after our shortcut slash long cut slash same miles cut. But it was, I don't know, it was an adventure
It was
overall.
an adventure. It was more fun than, I guess, walking on the trail
You
all
think?
day.
It was like the
Yeah.
same, really. Like we didn't backtrack, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like to kind of check out the surrounding areas of trail. Like it was so cool when we got to borrow that Jeep and go. Like that was amazing because we cross all sorts of just like totally random like dirt roads in the middle of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
where like who uses these? And we
Right.
got to go like not use those exact roads, but like similar roads. So that was kind of cool. I like to check out like that scene. I also like seeing what people have going on. Like some people had like there was one like hacienda. They were cranking some like Mexican music. Like that was cool. And then
They had like a full Virgin Mary statue in their yard too, like a full size one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and people had
It's
all sorts of
interesting.
cool stuff. Like some people had like what do you call that? Did you see those faces? What's the word for that? It's like a totem pole kind of, or is it like you're like the
I don't know the like
Easter Island kind of faces type
one of them
thing?
kind of looked like an Easter Island head, but I don't know the like cultural term for them, so I'm not gonna even try and like make one up or guess or anything.
The 0 day reel was amazing. Glad you like that. I know.
Thank
I
you.
figured you did like that. Do you guys go off roading and stuff, Caroline? I know you snowmobile a lot in the winter. Um, but I wonder if you guys like go 4x4. Anyway, it was so fun. That was like so much fun. So cool to check out all that stuff. It's so nice of them just like give it, be like, go ahead, like
Please.
take out the, and yeah. And he's like, he literally said like, if there is like, if you go to an obstacle, stop that looks insane, you can't make it, stop the Jeep. But if you see tire tracks on the other side, he's like, just go for it. And I was like, oh my god, like you have no idea what my skill level is or anything. But we treated the car good.
Yeah.
Though we
With
treated the car
respect.
good. We treated the vehicle with respect. So anyway, so now it's like 90 degrees and we're hiking and like we kind of got separated. Basically how it works is this. I would say I'm a little faster slash the same speed on flat and downhill. Elizabeth is faster than me on uphill. So we got separated because there was a lot of uphill. She was a little bit ahead of me. I saw her a couple times, but I'm in this mode where, especially when it's hot, where I pretty much just have to take breaks. So like I find a rock I can sit on, I'll sit on it. I found just taking like just a 2-minute break every once in a while is like so good, which I've never really. This is the first hike that I've employed that strategy.
Taking breaks like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like usually I like going like for a long way, but I think my pack, I just need to give my traps a break, to be honest. But so I find just waiting even just a couple minutes, like most of the time. And then sometimes at one point I was like, oh man, I need some food. So I ate a snack.
Yeah. That yeah, I feel like it's the art of the break is something you have to learn. Like I do that same thing where I go for a long time and then I'm like, why do I feel terrible? And then I'm like, probably because I like need to stop.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Like the most obvious things out here. It's like you probably need to take a break, drink
Yeah.
drink
Maybe
some
eat
liquid,
something.
eat
Yeah.
some food,
Like,
have a little rest, take your backpack off for a few
why am I
minutes.
so angry? Oh.
Particularly when it's like today, when it's like reaching 90s or like a little bit above 90,
Yeah.
which is kind of insane, really. That those temps outside, just being in the glaring sun all day. Like we're in shade now, which is lovely. Um, so then we kind of had a debate because we're like, well, we're not going to make. So there's another distraction here. We'll call it. Distraction's so negative.
We should come up with a
There's another kingdom of joy. Like the.
kingdom. Uh.
Should we just say what it is?
Yeah.
Like
It's a
specifically?
restaurant. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's a really hiker-friendly restaurant, and it's like 1 mile off the trail, and they have water. So again, we're still in this like waterless stretch. So we had this debate whether like should we go there because we're both like trying to save money, or should we? And it's not even necessarily the money. It's like it seems like us get so easily distracted,
Like
you know?
the term on trail is vortex. Like you get vortexed into a town, which just means that you get sucked into the like normal life and comforts of town.
Yeah, or like you just go somewhere like. Yeah, and we'll just wait for a minute. So, but like you go somewhere and even just like, oh, they have comfy chairs. Like right now we're kind of both like awkwardly sitting here because we're both like kind of uncomfortable. But or like yeah, they have comfy chairs and shade and like water and things like ice, like all these crazy things like that really like especially on a day when it's 90 degrees, like you for sure are like very tempted to sit in the shade and drink ice water
Yeah.
rather than like climb uphill with a
Keep
heavy
walking.
backpack on your back. Like I hope you guys
Yeah.
can understand that. It's not just like, oh, they have restaurants and stuff all the time. It's
Right.
because you probably have access to amazing things like maybe even air conditioning, some sort of water that just flows from the tap,
Right from
you
the
know?
sink, it's like
There's some
magic.
sort of magical lever you pull
We
up
are literally
and water.
choosing to do this though. Like we are aware of our own actions and
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, and feel so lucky to be out here or anything. But anyway, I'm just saying that those things are like amazing out here. Like it's incredible.
The
Like
little things matter more.
yeah, like ice. What is that? Anyway, so we have opted to stop a little bit early, and I think we're gonna go into the restaurant because we're pretty much gonna use the rest of our water here.
Yeah, tomorrow morning we're gonna go into the restaurant
Tomorrow morning.
for breakfast.
Yep. So life is good that way.
Which I feel good with that decision because we talked about it for like 15 minutes, like whether or not we should go to this restaurant or not. Which like, because part of that was my indecision.
Well, I wasn't really like for me it was more like I was just like exhausted. So I'm like happy to just sit there. It wasn't like I was like contemplating because I was like, I'd be fine if we just kept going. Like I could skip it, but I was like, what do you really want to do? You know, like if we really want to go, and then it's like, well, we really want to live stream, so and be consistent as we possibly can about that.
We were also kind of running out of time, like because we needed to set up to do this, so it's like we needed to make a decision then.
Yes,
kind of thing.
Exactly. So
attacking.
Attacked by the bugs. There are a few bugs there. So anyway, so this is our decision. We're just like, let's camp right here, and we're going slower than we had originally planned. I made a plan for us. It was maybe a little overly optimistic because I was like, all right, I'm dropping 10 pounds from my backpack. But
it didn't account for like water sources
or the heat, I think, really, because the 90 degrees is like, oh my god.
The first 2 days we basically stuck to it, and then today we like missed it by about 3 miles.
Yeah, so we're really only 3 miles behind our plan. I guess if we go to the restaurant tomorrow, though, that'll put us significantly behind our plan. Yeah. But because really it was like her birthday. It's kind of funny too. We're being a little bit like weird in our hiking style. For me, that's not incredibly new because it was just kind of random that we had that friend, like in what was it called? Borrego Springs. So that was kind of random. Most hikers don't go in.
Oh, we did see the taco stand on comment on Far Out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
there's a guy who sets up a taco stand across the street when the restaurant closes.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna then go there in the morning.
I was tempted by the taco stand.
I know. Let's see, what else was I gonna say? So yeah, we debated that, but
Yeah,
not really. I don't think that was like an argument.
it wasn't an argument. It was a discussion, and we came to a conclusion.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we both communicated
We did.
what we wanted
And I
versus.
feel like after walking like 17 miles in the heat all day, we were able to have a nice conversation. I feel like that's a win.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
We're not really like huge like
Arguers,
bickerers or
yeah.
something. Like I don't know.
You know?
It's like just bring stuff up. It's like I don't know. I guess maybe we need to communicate a little more when we're bushwhacking. Like I'll try
Yeah,
to be more
that's
aware of.
That's a new one for me. I've never had to like consult anyone in bushwhacking, so you know, you live and you learn. I guess.
When you're bushwhacking potentially on private property in the desert with barbed wire fences
What
around.
are you gonna do?
But anyway, I'll try to communicate more and be like, what should we do? But
there are no schedules to follow.
yeah,
That's pretty much true. Yeah.
I know. The fear is like making it to Canada on time. Like, so we really want to get there by October 1st, but it's so far at the beginning. Like, we were just talking about this today too. Like, really, the snowy area, which starts in like 550 miles, like, we really don't want to leave there before June 15th or so. So, like,
we talked about this a little bit on here yesterday too.
yeah, so we want to be like getting there and like that'll be fine. Like, so we're not in that big a rush right now. And then after that, like we want to take it slow through the Sierra because we don't want to like force ourselves into some insane thing. We'll just do like one pass a day or just be normal so that we're not like setting ourselves up for failure in the snow at post holing for 10 miles or something crazy like that. But then realistically after that, we'll just have to be a little bit more disciplined and like, you know, either wake up early or just like make our goal.
We'll like be in the routine of it and like be in the
Yeah.
shape and stuff.
But
I'm not worried about it.
Exactly. And today we passed people and it is 90 degrees, so we're going a little bit slower.
I think that's good for us.
Yes, indeed. Okay, cool. So I think what we're gonna do now is set up our tent. So we're gonna kind of take you through the full setup of our tent because our tent is not set up yet. So this is gonna be confusing to set up for us initially, but we'll have it set up in just a minute. So, all right. So what we're considering, we want somewhere somewhat flat. We chose a site that was like pretty shaded was our main quality we're looking for, and something a little bit away from the trail. And there is a road somewhat near us, so we wanted to be off the road. So these are just like the basic things that we're trying to like trying to follow. So pretty flat, like somewhere hidden. Plus, when we're doing this, we don't necessarily want to just like be in front of everybody again because we're not trying to be respectful or whatnot. And then we also want to look for obstructions or weird things on the ground. And what I mean by that is
like there's a giant hole over there.
there's a giant hole just over here. So to my left. So I don't think we're going to go there.
We did realize that where we're sitting and where we've put all of our things is probably the best location for our tent.
Yeah, but I discovered something new, and that is that these leaves right here are quite sharp. Like maybe they'll puncture, like here, like touch that leaf. Like like the leaf.
This?
No, the leaf right next to it, the green thing.
This.
Yes.
No, the leaf.
Well, I don't know. I that was a blade of grass. But anyway, those are quite sharp. I don't know. I've never heard of someone refer to a blade of grass as a leaf, but
well, I didn't see the leaf, so I was looking at the
it's
like,
okay.
one thing that was
no,
green.
it's so
Sorry.
that's so funny.
It's like in Blake's car. I don't know how to use the AC system at all.
What do you mean?
I've kind of learned now, but at first I was like trying to figure out how to use it, and you're like, press the button that says on, and I was like, where? And he was like, the one that says
No,
on.
there's
and I was
none that
like,
say
where?
on. It says off. Yeah,
Okay,
there's a button that says off on it, but it's okay.
I guess I haven't learned how to
But
use it.
don't be hard on yourself. Everything is okay. But anyway, so now we were gonna set it up right here, but those leaves are kind of sharp. Like the dried out ones are even more sharp. Do you think?
It's like a little holly leaf. I don't think it's actually a holly leaf.
But like feel that, like the.
Oh yeah, that could cause.
So here, you want to hold it up to the camera? So.
Look at those guys.
So that's actually quite sharp, and we do have an inflatable pad. It'll probably be protected by like our ground cloth and stuff. So I think we're actually gonna put it like over here. All right, so then I guess I have to move all my stuff. Where should we put it? Or should we put it over there?
I think over here.
All right, so hang on. So now we're debating. All right, I'm gonna get up. Here, yap to everybody.
Okay. I'll yap to everybody.
And then remember that one too.
Okay, I'll put it back down.
All right.
Okay.
What were you gonna say though? You had an idea about where to put our tent?
I'm just saying, like, the first place you chose.
Place that I chose.
The first place you just pointed out.
Over here?
No, over here. Is that where you said?
Like right here?
Oh, that's what you were saying?
Well, I don't know. So now as I look around, I'm like, oh man, everything is a little bit pokey. Let's see where we get over here. What's that? Yeah, please go through our list. First up is Miles.
Miles, yeah, we had 17-ish. Unclear because we did those blue blazes and stuff. But around, according to Strava, a little over 17. Weather, incredibly sunny, very warm. I think we said that, like, waking up and leaving at 7 a.m. we, like, felt it in the air. It was, like, already really quite warm outside. And that continued to be the trend. Yeah, water, we stopped at 2 separate places, our 2 distractions of the day, just to get water. Both of them were people's homes. And so yeah, no natural water sources. We did manage to get quite a bit of water, and we carried a lot out from the second source because we were thinking we might go a little bit farther at a place where there's water as well. Now we get to drink the water.
I've drank an insane amount of water too. I think so far I've drank like 6 liters or something, and I want more.
Blake has had 6 liters of water today. I think I've had around 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot for you.
That's a lot.
And then something weird we talk about here though is if like, have you peed at all today?
No. Yeah.
I peed twice. That's kind of like, I don't know, it's a weird balance because you don't want to drink too much where you're like, all right, so I think we're gonna go right here. So we do need to move everything. I'm gonna move all my stuff first, and then you move your stuff, I guess, and then we'll meet in the middle.
What's your favorite on-trail food near this map? My all-time favorite, like, trail food, tortilla with peanut butter and then honey, and the granola on top and then wrapped up. That is, like, my all-time favorite.
That sounds good.
It's very good. Tortillas are a little bit heavy sometimes to carry, so, like, I don't know. When I'm, like, grocery shopping, I don't always go for it. So I'm like 8 tortillas is gonna be kind of heavy, but
Yeah, and my favorite is probably, and sorry that I'm off screen here, just moving all of my stuff, and I'm about to make Elizabeth move all of her stuff. Or I'm not making her do anything.
I will move all of my things.
I like candy. I'm like 3 years old. I like candy.
My running joke with Blake is that he kind of has the aesthetic of a 3-year-old in, like, the best way possible. Like, he's so happy all the time, but also, like, loves candy. And actually, I realized today that who he really reminds me of is Buddy the Elf, but in, like, all the good ways, you know?
So apparently I'm Buddy the Elf. That's a thing, I guess.
He was like, doesn't he eat spaghetti with maple syrup? That sounds so good.
But meals, my favorite meal of all time, this is kind of complicated, would be like instant rice with dehydrated beans, cheese, taco seasoning, hot sauce, and avocado would be and then maybe some like chips to dip it with, which is crazy. So either like I could crumble up some Doritos in there, I could crumble up some. I also love like man, I do love beef jerky. I don't really have it that much. Like we were kind of, I mean, I think we bought some because a lot of times, man, we were in these small towns and like people kind of price gouge like crazy, man. Like we're, you know, it's a long trip. It's not like either of us are wealthy by any means. So it gets expensive, but I do like a good beef jerky. Let's see, yeah, beef jerky candy and that insane dinner. Sometimes like a beef stroganoff, Mountain House meals are really expensive too. Honestly, we end up eating like ramen a lot. Ramen is so good though, because it's like it has the calories and you get all that salt. Like you can, I don't know if you can see, my shirt is like disgusting. It has like dried salt all over it. But in the heat and when you're hiking all day, you just lose so much salt. So it's like, this is not a time to be low sodium people by any stretch of the imagination. So there's that. Let's see. What would you say is your personal strategy for fun? There's something you think about, or do you just go? So my strategy lately, I have definitely been doing a lot of positive self-talk. Like throughout the day, I'm like, I got this, like, and I'm like, hey, sometimes it's extremely difficult. Like today, that the last climbs of the day were extremely hard. But then also I am realistic, like because of the weight of my pack, I am definitely like, looking for rocks to sit on and taking breaks, because I really find like towards the end of the day, it was like every like 10 minutes or even less, I would like try to just like stop for a minute and like, because man, when it gets over 90 for me, even in normal weather, I struggle a bit, but with a big pack on, it's tough, man. So I'm just trying to go through. But overall, I'm like pretty positive. There's almost never like, I think when I got here at the end and we met up, we were both like pretty exhausted, but we weren't like unhappy. Like
Yeah.
that's my
Just really
thought.
tired. Yeah.
What about you?
First of all, good night. Your mom said good night.
Oh, good night.
I think I try and save like things that I like. My go-to is just like distraction, like just turn my brain off from what I'm physically doing.
So how do you do that?
So I save like specific music or podcast or something to like listen to during a hard climb. Like I haven't really had to do that yet on the PCT, but I would do that a lot on the AT. Like I would like save specific podcast episodes I really wanted to listen to, or like specific music for a really hard climb, because then it's kind of like you're getting rewarded for doing the hard climb. I don't know.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
that's
But
cool.
yeah, like for me, like just distraction works really well.
Okay.
And then yeah, just like going into it with the mindset of like, this is probably gonna be really hard and kind of suck, but like I gotta do
Yeah.
it. So
I don't
like the
know.
faster I go, the faster it gets over with.
And then says you definitely need the salt and the water and the breaks, extra care in the heat. I agree completely. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday, but I've done some volunteering at the Grand Canyon, and working specifically with people like that are suffering from like heat related illnesses. That's pretty much like what people get there, and it is scary. Like you can really really get yourself into bad trouble if you don't listen to yourself. So I think a lot of it when it's really hot is also just paying attention to your body. Like there's no shame in being like, this is too hot, I am overheating, like let's chill in the if we have to. It didn't happen today, but if we have to, like we did kind of camp like a couple miles earlier than planned, which I'm totally fine with. And like but there's no shame in being like, I'm too hot, like let's rest for like several hours, take some electrolytes and get some salt and stuff like that, because you can really, anyway, in my experience at the Grand Canyon, you can people, it's incredibly serious, like, and not something you want to mess around with. So
Yeah. Listen to your body.
safety first, guys.
I feel like as my frontal lobe is slowly developing, I have 4 more days and then it's like it's done. But then I feel like, yeah, like for real though, safety first is like the way to go.
Yeah, like why
obviously.
we certainly aren't trying to die out here. Like we're trying to have fun. There is like a challenge and overcoming the challenge aspect of it that feels good, but it's also like there's no, you know what I mean? We're not like pretending to be like the foremost explorers, like
I'm not trying to break records.
yeah, we're
I'm
just
trying to like walk.
trying to have fun. We get to talk to people on here every night. Like that's one of our goals. And like we've been making these like daily vlogs and stuff, which are pretty cool. So we're trying to do that, which has been fun. But then also like hike the Pacific Crest Trail and get to Canada. Those would be right. You agree with that?
Yeah. Those
So
are the goals. Yeah.
not giving up. All right. So anyway, we have waited too long. It is after 7 p.m. now. So now we will commence the setting up of the tent.
I do remember dumb ways to die. Was that ever in your consciousness?
I don't know. How does it go?
Dumb ways to die. Are we gonna get copyrighted if I keep singing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop.
All right.
I'll play it for you later.
So now we're gonna do is we're going to set up our tent. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to try. It's going to take a minute to get the camera angle set up correctly, but we're going to try for you guys. We're going to set up our tent. Life is going to be good. Elizabeth's going to move the rest of our stuff. Here, do you want to stand over here? So let me make it, I think, like right here. You cool with that?
Good night. See you later.
Good night.
What did you just say?
I don't know. Where do we want to do it? So we still need to move all this stuff.
Oh, okay. Are we trying to put it here?
I think so.
Okay.
I think like here would be the move. All right, so then this needs to be adjusted pretty.
Stand for reference.
All right.
The role for like people in movies where they stand. Is it just a stand-in?
I don't know, like an extra?
No, an extra is someone that's like in the background.
Gotcha. Like you stand in so they can get the focus and everything right,
Like,
and then they have it. All right, so maybe this will be good. I don't know if you'll be able to see our tent set up actually. All right, so let's move some of this stuff, and we're trying to make these more exciting. I started listening to something new today, and it's India and stuff like that, which is kind of what we're trying to do. Like, I feel like, I don't know, we've got regular viewers. Some of them are directly related to us.
Some of them are our moms, but that's okay.
But we have a couple. I feel like other people are engaged for a while. Like even Caroline, she stayed and said what up. Like she was probably here for like half an hour at least. Like I think we're somewhat like entertaining for at least a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have to figure out how to make it. All right. This other idea, I should probably be editing these and then posting stuff like portions of this, right? Like this is us setting up our tent or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, we also thought our biggest probably thing that we're missing out on is we just have to say in our vlogs every day, like, hey, it's day 14 on the Pacific Crest. Oh, dude, 2-week anniversary. Dude,
Ooh.
extra twirl.
Yeah, we could just edit that out and then we don't have to do another one.
You think?
No, we should just do another one.
All right, we'll do another twirl later. But anyway, 2-week anniversary, which is sweet.
Very exciting.
Here with me?
I feel great. Do you want to move the stuff? So
yes, ma'am. She's so happy to be out here with me.
I am happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy too. I want to sit back down too. I want to lay down actually. After we get this tent set up, we're gonna lay down. Wow, the exciting life of a through hiker here. I actually think we still need to be further back with both of these kind of, because I think we're gonna go. Of course, I drop this on the ground. Sorry about that, people of the world.
I have the Dumb Ways to Die song.
Yeah, I think I know the Dumb Ways to Die song.
It's better than what I had stuck in my head before, which is the Chicken Wing song, because Blake really likes it. And
I do like the Chicken Wing song. What was the other one that like you hate that I like? All right. Oh yeah, I don't know if I really like it, but it's funny.
You sing it a lot.
Yeah, I love the Apate song. It's my favorite song of all time. All right, cool. So where is the tent? All right, so you got lightheaded?
No, just my muscles felt that one.
So here we are setting up the tent. Woo!
It's a little soggy.
Oh, it's really soggy. That's from today?
It's because this was wet. This was wet.
The stuff sack?
Yeah.
Well, if you just throw it. And then you also throw it in the area we need to put it. My sunglasses are dropping. So many things are going wrong. Not really. So many things right. Life is good out here on the PCT. We are so lucky to be out here. I feel the luck. So anyway, we have a freestanding tent. We don't have a trekking pole tent. There's pros and cons to both. Freestanding tent is better because you can kind of use it anywhere. Like it can be kind of a pain. Like we never know when somebody might like offer us to camp in their driveway or garage or something. And with this, we can. All right, so we should for sure move this, and we shouldn't have it here at all. I think it should be more like this way.
I don't. You have the vision.
So, and again, this is not one of those like me things. We really want to have room for, I don't know, to be honest, this isn't really the most ideal spot. Think that'll be okay?
Yeah.
Should we move it more like this way?
Yeah, sure.
Like, here, maybe we should just go like way like this. What?
Yeah, that seems good. You're very picky about it.
I know, Elizabeth just
I'm
doesn't
not.
care at all.
I'll just set up anywhere. And
All right, I'm gonna be on this side.
Okay.
Really, you just want room for the things on the side. Yeah, I'm quite picky about it. It's true. Because I think it can be like make you slightly happier.
Yeah. I think
And then I actually want to shift it over. Like, I do want to shift it over because I'm thinking about the sides of the. We don't want to ruin the tent.
I don't want to ruin the tent. That's the thing. You don't want to make it.
And by ruin, I mean like desert bush like slice into the side of it. All right, so I think we'll be not as sliced. All right, so then I am very particular because if you get a surprise storm at night, it is so nice to have it fully dialed versus to have to just deal with it because you made poor decision because you were like slightly lazy to not spend like 10 more seconds to figure it out.
I tend to like fall on the ladder quite a bit.
But I know. So anyway, that's just that would be one of my tips from my 20,000 miles of hiking is I think a lot of it too is from just having like having trekking pole tents so much is that you want to set it up really good. Like that's where it's most important. This isn't as important.
That makes more sense. I've only really used a freestanding tent.
Yeah, because you could get away, like right now, we could get away with not even using stakes, but I don't know.
Stakes.
What's that?
But we're gonna use stakes.
Oh, we're
I
definitely
don't
using.
think I used stakes for the last like 400 miles on the AT.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it also depends. Like through hiking is one of those funny things that like you can really like you kind of get lucky with weather. Like you just never encounter a big storm and stuff. And
I definitely encountered big storms, and I would stake my tent down for sure.
so okay, so there now the truth comes out. A little bit of an exaggeration.
I did get lazy. I guess like yeah, like in the whites and stuff. Obviously, I was taking my tent down.
Okay. So now we have that, and we have this set up wrong, which is. Oh no, it's fine. So then, but this tent is super easy. I mean, most freestanding tents nowadays are like pretty easy. This is a big Agnes. The best thing about this tent in my mind is I'm 6'4", and this is like a long tent, so I can actually stretch out. What happened? I can stretch out completely. Yeah, and then make sure to get it in both the ground cloth and on, because then usually it'll stay. All right, so we got this set up. Now we just have the little clips, and we get that set up. But overall, I don't know. What's your review of this tent so far?
I like this tent.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's like just big enough, but it's also like just small enough. Like, yeah, it can fit into tight places. Again, you know, we're gonna reemphasize this all the way through, but we don't want to necessarily be rubbing this in people's faces or like a few nights ago, we told a dude like we were kind of like, oh, maybe don't camp here. We're gonna be loud, and we weren't trying to be jerks, but it's like, and somebody did.
Also said like if you want to, like just so you know, we're probably gonna be loud.
Yeah, so we tried to warn them, but
All right, and the fly is in here.
All right, so now we're gonna put the
A little soggy.
Fly on. The fly is a little soggy, and then we're gonna move on here. So anyway, and I don't know, should we take them through everything? Like show the blowing up of the thing.
It takes so long.
Elizabeth wants to go to sleep. Is the point we've reached. Is this the right way? Oh, it's like this. All right, so then we always want to, with the fly, you always do the center first, but we do have to put it because there's like a wide end and a narrow end, so it's not like fully symmetrical. I think that's like a weight saving measure. We do have a freaking sweet 2-person sleeping pad though.
It's very comfortable.
it's very comfortable, because otherwise what happens is you have this like huge like gap in between the two sleeping pads, which
It's cool because it just clips in.
yeah, but I don't know. I feel like yesterday we struggled with the clips,
Yeah, we got some like sand in the clips.
which like wasn't ideal.
I think they're little baby clips.
But it seems to work pretty well. And again, the key here is we want to stretch out the doors as much as possible and have, because you really want to, yeah, here, let me do both sides.
Blake doesn't like my staking. So he does.
It's not that I dislike it. Like, it's like, I don't know. Should we go over what, because what we're really going for is we want like it to be as taut as possible.
Yeah.
Like, so, and this one's kind of weird because you have to like there's a zipper on one side and it's hard to tell which is the right side. So anyway, so putting this out as much, because like I said, and then the downside to still nylon is it stretches when it gets wet. So even if we do it as taut as possible, it kind of sucks because if it rains, it'll still be, we still probably have to get and adjust it. That's actually one benefit of it being wet right now, is that it will dry out because it's super dry right now, and it'll actually get more taut. So, but again, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like setting the tent up properly is one of my insane OCD tendencies, I guess. I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
It's fine. I think it's probably for the best overall.
And then I wish I had a rock or other stakes. I will use the other stakes in the stake bag. I really try not to use my Crocs. You'll see a lot of people use their shoes to put in stakes, and that works fine and all, but are we on right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, I just moved it so people could see.
Oh, okay, cool. That was nice of you. What was I saying?
Don't use their shoes, but you don't like using your shoes.
Oh, because Crocs, I know we're standing right in front of the satellite device that needs.
People like to use their shoes.
People like to use shoes, but if you use Crocs and stuff, it can just go right through them. I've seen that happen lots of times, and like at minimum, it can kind of hurt your shoes and make a hole in your shoes. At maximum, it can hurt your feet, like if a stake goes through it. All right, so then I just want to show you guys one other thing while we're still up before we sign off. I don't know, Elizabeth, anything else you want to talk about? I'm just going to switch the camera around. Let's switch the camera around on both of them.
Okay.
And let's go over there. Not too far though, because we'll lose signal. But just want to show you guys the kind of pretty sunset that we're dealing with here. And certainly could be worse, right? Like, so that's why the Pacific Crest Trail is nice. I guess if we're being critical tonight, we are quite close to a road, and there are some power lines that are like quite close to us as well. But beautiful sunset.
You can't have it all.
Yeah, you can't have it all. I think we're in a pretty private place. Like, we could go down and camp where the restaurant is. We're not going to do that. This is what our campsite looks like. We have a whole bunch of like both of our gear. We just have like mountains of stuff. It looks like we are like about to move in for like 14 weeks.
It's not that much stuff. It's just like
It looks like a lot.
bags piled up. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're hectic today because we kind of had the idea of like, let's set up the tent, which I like. I think we'll set up the tent with you guys more and stuff like that. Like, just so we're doing something out here. So again, hope everybody likes this. We're gonna try to figure out some different ways to kind of get things going here. But love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful evening.
Bye.
Goodbye. What'd she say?
She said, beautiful sunset, and sounds like you had a good day of hiking, learning, growing.